Okay.
Welcome to last year, the 365-day time capsule podcast. Today's date is May 3rd of 2025. So for context,
LeBron James and the Lakers played the Timberwolves in the fourth game of the first round of the NBA playoffs. The Timberwolves won the series.
tensions between India and Pakistan have escalated after a terrorist attack in India.
China's Shenzhou 19 astronauts returned to Earth after 6 months aboard Tiangong Space Station.
The most recent quarterly economic data shows the size of the economy of the U.S. has shrunk this past quarter by 0.3% as tariffs weigh.
Beyonce fans brawl after concert, kicking, bucking, and shoving on first night of Cowboy Center tour.
And I stepped on this rock. It is yet to make an exit from my shoe. Today we're going to be talking about history, and then later we're going to be talking about role models. But first, we're going to make some predictions. So, Andre, could you give me a prediction for the next 365 days?
There will be a new shoe released by Nike that will become a big trend.
I think that'll happen. Yeah. It's going to be, do you know what it's going to be called?
The Blondeus.
All right. Well, I think that Brian Johnson will go from 1.62 million subscribers to 4 million subscribers as more and more people realize how important their health is and appreciate all the knowledge that he's sharing.
Brian Johnson.
Yeah, he's like that health guy. He has the brand Don't Die because he thinks that we might be like the first generation to not die, and everybody's like, oh, you're so crazy. But like this dude is aging biologically. He ages 1 year every like 26 months. Like,
Why?
Why?
Like, just by like how he looks and stuff?
It's based on a bunch of different biomarkers. So it's like I don't really know what I'm talking about, but
Just like the longevity of his life.
yeah,
Okay, I get what you're saying.
yeah.
Amara Studemeyer will adopt a Tibetan Mastiff.
Really? Okay. Good for him.
Do you know what, like, who that person is and what that
Okay,
thing
I think
is?
that I would assume that person's a basketball player.
Wow, yeah.
Okay, I don't think that's that impressive. Like,
No, it could have been anyone.
thank you. All right, I'll take the compliment.
Good stuff.
It's a type of dog, right?
Wow.
Oh,
You're on it this morning.
I really am.
You're operating on all six
All
cylinders.
cylinders firing. This is really a treat for you all to be witnessing this today. My final prediction, no, it's not. It's my second one. Somebody just like Charlie, what's like Penguins, aka Moist Critical, is gonna be doing mad numbers on YouTube, but in a much kinder way, and they're gonna opt to be like the butt of the joke instead of just talking about other people and making them the butt of the joke. And so there's this guy I found named I Do Know Nothing, and because do you know who Moist Critical is?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, and like he's very entertaining and gets so much views, but it's like very negative or just like I'm kind of making fun of this other person. So I think that type of content, but like positive, is on the rise.
Okay. Interesting. I hope so.
Me too. I think it will. Like I Do Know Nothing. Like he is popping off, and I only watched one video, but I got the vibe that it's a positive Charlie.
Okay. And Charlie is a different person from Moist Critical.
No, it's the same guy. Yeah. That's his actual name. I don't know where Moist Critical comes from because I think the YouTube is Penguin Zero.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's his same YouTube account, different YouTube account.
I think it's the same one.
He's just starting to be more positive.
No. Oh, it's a different guy. I
Oh.
Do Know Nothing.
I Do Know Nothing is the guy you're predicting will start doing more positives.
Well, I don't know if it's him specifically, but I think in general, like somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it to him.
Like
you know?
more positive, making fun of people.
No, more positive commentary on like anything going on in the world. It could be something that like Charlie will make a video on and say a negative thing about, but then this guy he might like laugh a little bit, but then he'll be like, all right, but like this person's been through this stuff and like I'm not perfect either. Like,
Do you think that would be popular? Because I feel like it wouldn't be.
it's gonna be
funny.
harder, but
Yeah.
like I do know nothing is proving it though.
How
Like,
many-
I'll send you the channel later, because he's got 500,000 subs, I think, and I feel like he's only recently been popping off, and he still seemed like entertaining and funny, but just kind of nice.
Huh.
And it's nice.
Oh, nice. Maria Taran will make national news.
Wow, I believe that, and wow, I feel kind of special, like just you saying that.
I mean, she probably like already has this year.
She's literally part of the UN, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. I think that Epic Spaceman, mine are all like YouTube related, I guess. Epic Spaceman, Fern, and Ruhi Senet, my apologies if I'm pronouncing that wrong, will have a combined 40 million subscribers in the next year. Right now they have a total of 17.3, so they gotta pick it up. You know,
Million?
yeah. You know any of them?
17.3 subscribers. Name them again?
Okay, Epic Spaceman, Fern, and
I mean, Fern sounds a little familiar. What kind of content?
it's like historical stuff, which is quite on topic for the day.
Sounds a little familiar, yeah. And what's the last one?
Ruhi Senet. Again, I apologize.
What kind of...
His is like exploring the world's most secluded prison, or like the world's deepest cave, or it's just like interesting stuff, and he does like a deep dive and he goes there, but he's very good at making videos. Like, it's some top tier stuff.
And who out of the three has the most subscribers?
Definitely, I think Ruhi.
Okay, that's what I would have guessed.
Yeah, but I on my mama, Epic Spaceman and Fern are going to the moon.
Are you subscribed?
I hope so. I think so. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I think Fern is at like 1.3 million or something, and Epic Spaceman's at like 400K, which is crazy.
What does Epic Spaceman do?
He does, it's like educational science stuff, and he makes some of the best animations I've ever seen on YouTube, and it's so cool. Like, one of his videos, basically he took like every single galaxy that we know about in our universe and put it in a pool, and he made it each one the size of a Cheerio, and it filled up like 60 pools or something, like big pools, and like I don't know, that blew my mind. And like, do you mind if I like explain a little bit more about this video? So, okay, I don't think this visualization had ever been done before. So, not only is this guy like telling information very well, and like expressing it in like a super cool visual way, but also he's like bringing his own like genius into just trying to get people to understand things. Like, he came up with this. So we're in a room right now, right? So imagine that all the walls and the roof just disappeared. Okay, so we could see the sky. Okay, now let's make it nighttime. So there's stars everywhere, right? You know. So now let's turn off the stars. All right. You follow me? So all that you're gonna see now is these two little spots in the sky. I watched this video a long time ago, so it might be a little bit off, but I think right there's like a galaxy, and it's like pretty small, but it's like the closest one to us, so we'd be able to see that. And then maybe
say turn off all the stars though.
Yeah, but a galaxy's made up of much more than just stars, like so many planets and sun. No, those are stars, but
All right.
and then you'll also see like they call it like I forget what, but there's something else. There's two little tiny things, but the rest of the sky is black. Now we're going to turn up your eye's ability to see brightness, like turn the exposure way up, and until you can see like other galaxies. I think. And basically, no matter where you look across the entire sky, it'll just be white, because every tiny little bit of the sky, galaxy, like in the tiniest fraction of the sky, anywhere you point, there's like tens of thousands of galaxies. And like, like in the galaxy, there's so many like solar systems and like planets. And I wish I'd watched this video more recently because it is like mind-boggling. Bro does not care.
No, I
Just
do.
kidding. It's
I just
8
got, like-
a.m. and I woke this man up.
I just have some like some of that stuff after you sleep, like in your
Oh,
eyes.
yeah.
Just want to make sure you get it all out.
The
All right,
the goons.
keep going.
And so like basically I think the way that this was discovered, like that there are just so many galaxies everywhere, is when, I don't know if it was the Hubble telescope, but like what were we trying to do? I think we were trying to get an idea of how many galaxies there were, so we took like this photograph. It was like a multi-day exposure from like a satellite, and it was just pointed at, I don't know, it was pointed somewhere in the sky, but it could only see like 1/10,000th of the sky or something like that. And when we got the photo back, it like changed everything because it was just full. It had like 20,000 galaxies in it or something crazy. And then over time, they just slowly mapped more and more of the sky, and every single place, there's just like that many galaxies. Yeah, so like the odds that there's like life out there, or like intelligent life, like I feel like it's gotta be. Pretty cool stuff. Sorry, that was kind of like a side tangent, but Epic Spaceman is making really cool content, and he spends a lot of time on his videos. So the next one is going to be like extraterrestrial related, and it's going to be like a 30-minute video, like top notch. So I'm pretty excited for it. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, I think those are all our predictions for today. Let me know if any of those are right, 'cause you guys will be able to check.
True.
Shout out Jolts. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you would never recover if you forgot Jolts' name.
Okay.
You'd be
I can't
over.
tell if you're trying to trick me right now.
No.
Okay, cool. I sincerely apologize, Jolts, because I sometimes forget if it's volts or jolts.
Wow.
It's jolts, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm confused because on TikTok there was VR guy, so I get the V in my head. Okay. So anyways, yeah, so today we are going to be talking about history, like I said, and now we're like 20 minutes in. What do you have for us today?
I researched, do you know who King Baldwin is? Okay. Well, you know those like edits I would send you?
Oh, wait, he's the guy that's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I researched him,
Okay.
and so do you know anything about him?
Nothing besides that one meme.
Okay, so basically he was the king of Jerusalem in like the the 1100s. And so he, and that was during the Christian conquest, the Crusades, and there was like 6 of them, but this was during the Second Crusade, probably the most successful crusade. And this is when the like Christian crusaders just overtook Jerusalem, which at that time I think was like controlled by Muslim people that were Muslim. And so yeah, and he became king when he was only like, I think like 8 or something.
Damn. That's crazy.
Because started with his grandfather who died like early on. I think like they, for some reason, I guess it makes sense, like they all died like really early on back then.
Yeah.
But so his grandfather died really early on. I can't remember why, but then his father his father took the throne, and his father died of some illness. I forget what it was. And then before his father died, King Baldwin, who wasn't the king yet, he was diagnosed with leprosy. And back then, like, I think even to this day, leprosy is still pretty bad, and it's like pretty contagious. But they didn't understand it too much back then. Like there was,
I'm sorry. Is that the thing where it's like your skin falls off, or?
you get like ulcers on your skin and
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
And like I think you can, like parts of your body can fall off and stuff, and like you go blind and stuff.
Jeez.
And so he had leprosy at a really young age, and there was like a portion of the Bible that said like that was like condemnation from God. So there was a lot of thoughts around that, but since he was like next in line, like I think like that didn't matter as much. And so he was basically sent, he like spent a lot of time with this guy named William of Tyre, and William of Tyre just like educated him and just was like his mentor basically. And then so when his father died, he took the throne, but I think he didn't have full control until he was like 13 or something.
Wow.
Then he had full say.
That's
and
wild.
then but even then like his leprosy was pretty bad, but he I don't, in those edits like you saw he like wore a mask. That's like fiction apparently from whatever movie that comes from, which I want to watch. He never used to wear a mask. He would just like go around with like all the, because they said he would wear it to like not show weakness or like so people wouldn't see his condition, but he didn't do that.
Wow.
And so when he was only like, I think still like a teenager, he like led the Christian crusaders like from Jerusalem, and they won like a battle against some Muslim forces from like Syria or Egypt or something like that. And I think that's considered like one of the biggest Christian crusader battles.
And he was only 13 at that time?
Like a teenager, I
Okay.
think. And he couldn't like, he still like his mobility wasn't the best, but he still like went to battle with like the soldiers. And he would ride on his horse. So like if he got off his horse, he couldn't get back on without assistance.
Wow.
And so after they won that, there was this I can't remember the Muslim leader, but I think he died, and then like another one became the leader of the Muslim forces. And so yeah, basically the Christians and the Muslims were like constantly just feuding, and because the Muslims are trying to get control of Jerusalem again. So there was like 2 other battles that happened after that, and the Muslims forces won. And so and at that point like the amount of crusaders like in Jerusalem were like decreasing because they all died in the battles, and like King Baldwin's health was getting worse, and I'd say he was probably still like early 20s at this point. And so he's trying to get like more support from Europe, like Western Europe, and they weren't like concerned at all. Like they were just concerned with like their own conflicts inside of Europe. And so they didn't offer any help or anything. And then King Baldwin had a sister who married a guy. That guy died, but they had a son, and so that son became the like heir to the throne.
So it's like his nephew.
Yeah. And so his sister, after that, married another guy from Europe named Guy.
Oh, okay.
And he was like a knight of some sort, and he was sort of like a jerk. I think like, okay, and then there was one final battle that a king. Oh, also during one of those battles where they lost to the Muslims, King Baldwin, like the Muslim forces were like surrounding them, and they're just getting destroyed, and like King Baldwin barely survived because he was just like escorted out of there by like his bodyguard, like fought off a ton of guys, and
so cool.
they escorted him out of there because like King Baldwin didn't have the best mobility and stuff, and so I think a few people like either carried him out or like just surrounded him, and then so there was one final battle that King Baldwin won. And one of those two battles that I keep going back to those two ones that he lost. One of them was like a castle that the Christians built that just got completely destroyed. And I can't remember the like circumstances of the other one. And then there was these two other, so Guy became like sort of a big time guy in the Christian Crusaders at that point. And then, because he married like the king's sister, and then another guy named I can't remember his name. Started with like a G or something, but he was a Christian Crusader guy, and he was known for just like going on these like trade routes that were traveled by like Muslim people, and just like killing people and stuff and disrupting that kind of thing. He became like sort of like a supporter of King Baldwin as well, or like high ranking. And then yeah, there was one final battle. I can't remember like where it was, but they won that one. And so at that point, King Baldwin was like really sick, and he ended up dying when he was only like I think 26.
Wow.
But so yeah, like the Western Europe never ended up sending more support or anything like that. And then they had like 4 more Christian crusades after that, but none of them were really successful. So
that's cool.
And so like the question is like, how would like history have played out different? Because that was all in like the current Middle East. So like, how would that have played out differently if like Western European influence and like Christians specifically like had maintained control over that area? Because yeah, the last battle was in Jerusalem, so the Muslims did like overtake Jerusalem again.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm impressed. Did you just like read all of this? Like, I'm impressed. You remember all these details. Like, that's cool.
Yeah, I just watched a documentary.
Nice. Yeah, I mean that's a great way to learn about this type of stuff.
Yeah.
Imagine like being remembered as a jerk. Poor Guy.
Oh, it didn't explain why he was
really
a jerk.
Terrible. Yeah.
So he was like,
going down in history.
I can't remember. I think it was when, yeah, like, okay, so I think he was just trying to get control or like ascend to the throne, and so I think he might have even plotted to like somehow, I don't know, negatively impact King Baldwin. I can't remember why. I just remember he was like very non-sympathetic to the king's
it's
condition.
a good thing that King Baldwin had plot armor. If he didn't have plot armor, that dude would be cooked.
True.
Like, sounds like a pretty fierce guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you think the world would be today if that didn't happen?
I don't know, but before I answer that, also King Baldwin didn't have any children or anything because he couldn't he couldn't have children because like leprosy and stuff.
Care to go into any more detail?
Well,
leave it there.
Well, leprosy spreads through like bodily fluids.
Damn.
So yeah, he would have spread it to probably, yeah.
Wow.
What else was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so and then when his dad like, I think he had like oh yeah. Well, yeah, I think so it was just King Baldwin and then his sister, And so I think his dad like remarried someone to try and have a son because like King Baldwin was probably going to die. So they were trying to like secure a long-term heir to the throne. Oh, and then after King Baldwin died, his like nephew did go to the throne, but like Guy and the other guy just like basically just took control.
Karate chopped him in the forehead.
No, I think, well, actually, yeah, he did die. He died like really young. I can't remember why though. I think, oh yeah, it was like sort of mysterious circumstances, so they might have just killed him.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's wild.
But and then your question was like,
Like if the Muslims didn't like take over Jerusalem, like
I have no idea.
You don't
My
guess?
knowledge stops where the documentary stops.
yeah, I'm lost. No, but that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because like with history, like I think school sort of ruined it for me because it's actually a really cool thing.
Yeah.
And like you can just learn all these stories that are not just like fictional, like they actually happened.
Yeah.
Like, this was 800 years ago.
Yeah.
And like it's cool how knowledge is spread like that, because a lot of this stuff comes from like firsthand accounts of people that just recorded it. Like I think
So cool.
the guy I was talking about, William of Tyre, like he like wrote down a lot of stuff about it. And Jerusalem is really interesting because like we did learn this in high school, thankfully, but it's like the sort of the center of 3 religions.
The Abrahamic religions,
Yeah,
like Judaism, Christianity, and
Islam.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. So that I would like to go there someday.
definitely, me too.
And so King Baldwin is buried in this church that I think Jesus is supposed to also be buried in.
Okay,
I forget what it's called.
is it the one like the Church on the Rock or something? Or
No, it was like the.
I don't even know if that's a thing.
It's called the Church of the Holy Sepulchre,
Okay.
and so
Wait, and Jesus is buried there? That's
I'm
so
pretty
cool.
sure.
Wow.
Let me just make sure.
Yeah, and then there's like the
Yeah, Jesus is supposedly buried in the same place,
wow, that's super cool.
and I mean, this is what pops up when you look up like King Baldwin Church of Sepulchre. Yeah, I want to watch this. I mean, I think it's a like general opinion that the Christian Crusaders weren't like good. But I want to watch
what I
this.
heard.
I want to watch this movie because like these edits just made me intrigued.
Yeah,
But
I
now-
don't think there's anything wrong with watching a movie.
I just wonder how they portray it, like if they're glorified or not.
Yeah. Yeah. That's neat.
Yeah.
Do you think you're gonna like are you glad that like I feel like this was a nice excuse to like learn about some history and like watch a documentary. Like if would you like to like keep watching documentaries and stuff? Like
Yeah.
is there anything else that really interests you that you want to learn more about or nothing specific?
I'd have to think more about it. I
Yeah.
think, but there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like just in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for my little history lesson, I'm taking y'all back to school today. So, all right. Do you mind if I jump in? Okay. I'm going to be doing a lot of reading because I did not memorize like much of this. I could tell it, but it'll probably be better if I read it. So today I'm going to be talking about this, the ancient computer that simply should not exist. So it is very important to say that I didn't compile any of this information. In fact, I got all of it from an incredible video by the YouTube channel Fern that I brought up earlier. And I believe that he got most of his information from a book called Decoding the Heavens, and I was just fascinated by it, and I wanted to share the history with you today. Okay, so with that said, this is the story of the ancient computer that simply should not exist. 2,089 years ago, a merchant ship full of treasure was on its way to Rome when it got into a heavy storm. The ship sank that day. For over 2,000 years, the ship passed out of all knowledge, being completely forgotten. That is until a sponge diver made his dive into the ocean one day in 1901. Upon reaching the ocean floor, he spots a bronze hand sticking out of the mud. He reports the findings to the captain, and with the help of the Greek government, the crew recovers the shipwreck. It was the largest collection of Greek artifacts ever found. They take it all to Athens, where the staff at a museum pieced together the artifacts. Among all the artifacts was a corroded lump of bronze. Over the course of the next few months, it dries up and cracks open. Inside of it, they found a large wheel with engraved letters and a number of smaller gears and other fragments. It looked like a sophisticated device with a mechanism over 1,000 years ahead of its time. In 1902, the first person to examine it was a Greek archaeologist named Valerios Stais. The many traces of gears led him to believe it was some sort of ancient clock, but mechanical clocks weren't invented until 1,400 years after the device's time. Stais, I'm probably going to say a lot of names wrong, so I apologize, invites John Svornos, another Greek archaeologist, and Adolf Wilhelm, an Austrian epigrapher, as they were both experts in ancient text. They decipher the scribblings as ancient Greek letters. Another Greek scientist named Pericles Rhodiatus studies the inscriptions and suggests that they might be instructions. He recognizes a word meaning zodiac scale, which is a scale dividing the year into 12 zodiac constellations. Rhodiatus and Svornos conclude the device must be an ancient calculator to measure the position of the stars and planets, although these devices don't typically need gears. In the following years, the fragments of the device were cleaned carefully. Albert Rem, a German physicist, I think he's a physicist. For some reason I wrote physicist, philologist. That might be a thing, honestly. It probably is. Discovers a new word on the device. It's an ancient Egyptian month spelled in Greek letters. After this, the work on the device stalls. Fast forward to 1953, and a new generation of divers are in the water near the shipwreck site. Among them is Jacques Cousteau, a filmmaker and pioneer. He plays a major role in revolutionizing the design and capabilities of humanity's diving gear. There are many stories of treasures that fell over the cliff beneath the wreck site, which were out of reach for the divers back then. After days of searching, they find something buried under the sand. It's the sunken ship's hull, almost perfectly preserved. The crew doesn't have the necessary equipment to unearth it, so they return 20 years later with better gear and a camera. I assume it's because that equipment either didn't exist or it was just really hard to get their hands on something that could go all the way down and pick up a whole hull of a ship. But it's funny. So this is now 1976. They find more treasure, but no new parts for the mechanism. Luckily, science has been developing rapidly. Derek Price, a historian from the UK, uses a newly developed X-ray technology to scan the fragments. In 1982, he finds more gears inside, and he is able to build the first model of the mechanism. He calls it a calendar computer, but this model isn't very accurate. Price had to change the number of teeth of the gears to get it to work. Historians Michael Wright and Alan Bromley see that Price clearly made some mistakes, so they decide to give it a shot themselves. In 1989, the two of them fly to Athens, where they spent a month re-examining, measuring, and photographing the 82 remaining pieces of the device. But after 2,000 years and passing it through many hands, the big fragment breaks. They learn about a pretty new technique called tomography, where basically you take a ton of different pictures of an object, like slice by slice by slice by slice. I think it's very destructive because I think you're literally cutting it open, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's almost like an X-ray and just at every level. I don't really know. But basically, they are able to then take those slices and build them on top of each other, giving you kind of like a 3D model. So the two of them take 700 images, and with them they can have a clear look at the inside of the device. In 1994, once they are right on the edge of unraveling this mystery, Bromley suddenly cuts ties with Wright. He thanks Wright for his work, takes the images, and leaves. A few years later, he's diagnosed with cancer, and on his deathbed, he confesses to Wright that he wanted to be the sole person recognized as solving the mechanism, but he failed. He hands over the 3D scans to Wright. In 2005, a mathematician and filmmaker named Tony Freeth gathers a group of researchers. They scan and measure the fragments once again, this time with even better technology and newer technology. The quality of their images is astonishing. Even the smallest inscriptions hidden deep within the stone are now readable in sharp detail. There are a few more expeditions to the shipwreck, with again drastically changed diving gear, but still no new pieces of the mechanism are found. Then, in 2021, Freeth and the others are finally able to put together all of the pieces of the puzzle. They're able to combine all of the evidence of the last century in one machine. The mystery of the world's oldest computer is finally solved. So what does it do? The Antikythera mechanism is an analog computer. It's basically a clock. So on the front of it is the Earth, the Moon, the Sun, and the 5 other planets that were known at the time. There are also rings for the Egyptian months and the dates of its respective zodiac. The front also has many step-by-step instructions on how to use it. The back shows 2 spiral rings with large pointers in the middle. The upper one shows the 19-year Metonic cycle, the basis of many ancient calendars, and inside the rings is a smaller scale showing the 4-year cycle of the Olympic Games. The lower ring is an eclipse predictor. The device, the Antikythera mechanism, is ultimately a complex simulation of the cosmos. You can pick any day and the machine shows you where the moon stood, which star constellation was rising, or when the next eclipse was coming. All of this in a small wooden case as large as a book. The Antikythera mechanism was a technological masterpiece that no one would have thought possible at the time. Although there is a catch. In Fern's word, the device sucked. It wasn't very accurate. Back when it was made, they were kind of just eyeballing it. So that mechanism is off by 1 zodiac, which honestly I feel like is not bad. Like, I think that's pretty impressive. So yeah, that's the Antikythera mechanism. That was so fascinating to me. Like 2,000 years ago, like this device being made, and the fact that it survived this long, like it's all just mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
Like literally before Christ. Like
Wow.
that's what we're talking about. It was like 89 BC or something like that.
Wow.
60 something BC.
I'm pretty sure the most recent Indiana Jones movie, I'm pretty sure it's in that movie. I think.
What? That's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I looked it up and I saw something like that, but I wasn't sure. Yeah, or maybe it was in the video that I watched. Like
Yeah.
A little clip of it.
I'm pretty sure it was that movie. It's definitely a movie I've seen.
That's so cool. Yeah, I just again I want to shout out Fern because like it's so cool. Like I just started watching his stuff like a few weeks ago, and every single video is some like fascinating historical thing. This is one of the older ones, but a lot of it's more recent stuff. Like did you know that Kim Jong-un has a sister? And he has a video titled like "The World's Most Dangerous Woman," and it's his sister.
Wow.
But very, very interesting stuff. Again, great animations, and just great videos. It was kind of cool though, because I started watching him just a handful of weeks ago, and literally like less than a week later, or a week and a half later or something, I saw this interview with Mr. Beast that had just came out, and one of the questions they asked was like, what's a new, like, or what's a YouTube channel that you're paying attention to? And he said Fern, and I was like, yo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was how many subscribers does Fern have?
I think less than 2 million right now, but it's definitely going to be growing fast because it's top-notch so intriguing, and he just knows how to make really good video. And it's so good. Like, it's very like classy, and he has a really cool accent, which I feel like pumps it up even more. And then it's so funny because he's pretty much very objective the entire time, but every now and then he'll slip in just a tiny bit of humor, and it's perfect. It's really funny. Like in this one, pretty much just straight facts, and then at one point he's like, and just like the ancient Greeks used to do, or no, and he's like, back in ancient Greece, like they used to believe in astrology, just like for some reason people today or something, or like I have no idea why, but some people still do today, or something like that.
How many views did the video have?
Probably in the ballpark of like 4 million, 5 million. Yeah. Most of his probably get just a bit over, like a little bit into the millions, I'd say. And I think his most popular one has like 17, 18, 19 million, and it's like a recreation of Trump's near assassination, because like Fern just is a workhorse. Like right when that happened, within the week he put this video out, and all the comments are like, damn, like this guy can make a whole like Netflix documentary in a week or something. I can't remember what they said, because it's just very clean animations, and it's good. It's a good vibe.
That's cool.
Yeah. But I bet by the time this comes out, he'll have an even more popular video. So that's cool.
How does he compare to the whatever that one guy is? The
Epic Spaceman? Or?
No, the other history guy, like we watched him in like Mr. Green's class a few times.
Oh.
That animates stuff.
If like Hank Green or Tim Green or
Yeah.
I barely ever watched their stuff. It's different. Like I think they were very like funny and personable, and this guy never shows his face or anything. So this one is definitely gonna do more numbers, because it's just like crisp. It's like just awesome information. It's very clean, to the point. Like,
Is it like 2D animations?
3D.
Oh.
Yeah, it's awesome. And he's found his style for sure. It's like simplistic.
Is it
really
is it the guy that's like
No, but I think I know what you're talking about.
like the things that turn into basketball edits and stuff, where it's like this guy
man fell into a pothole. No, but that dude is gonna do even more numbers. I don't. His name is like Tree or something like that. I'm gonna look up.
Fern and Tree.
I know it's a little sus, but that guy is probably, if he hasn't already, I'm sure he's gonna have more views than Mr. Beast very soon. Do you know what his name was?
No.
All right, let's see. I'm just looking up shorts animation guy. Damn, well, I don't know. Whoever that guy is, I'll put a picture of him right here. Oh, it's like Zach D Films, I think. Let's see. Yep, here he is. He has 20 million subscribers and 34 billion views. That might be more. I think that's more than Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast has... Never mind. Mr. Beast has 81 billion views. But soon enough, like, Zach D Films is going to pass him, because he's just cranking out those really good shorts that you don't like.
That is pretty crazy. I watched Ryan Trahan's full video.
Hey, what did you think? I've been yapping about it on here a lot, so.
Very good. It was so cool to see him basically start a business just like it was nothing.
Yeah, it was so inspiring to me.
And then I think like there's a few things like I feel like I'm more intriguing. I mean, it was an amazing video, but at the beginning, like I thought what he was basically explaining was like literally trading up in value, like until you're just, so like he started with penny or pen or something?
He started with $1.
Okay, and he got like a pen or something and traded that for, I don't even remember, like at a certain point he had like a cookie or something, I don't know.
Huh, okay.
He was just like trading stuff until
Yeah.
like it was like gradually increasing, like, and so I thought he was gonna do that the whole time, like go from like a pack of gum to like an Xbox X or something.
I mean, he's done stuff like that, but you mean not with money at all?
Cause like the way he was doing it was basically, yeah, just a certain amount of money that he has to double every day, but
I love that.
by any way possible. I thought it was really just gonna be the value of certain things he had, like if someone gave him like,
Like
you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. But and so you basically you thought he was doing what he did, but without money. Like
I mean, there would
like
still be
only
money.
sticking to.
I guess you wouldn't have to
objects.
trade it. Like you could get an item, sell it, and then how much money that you had that item gave you, buy something that you could sell for more.
That's what he pretty much did, I'd say. Like, because he bought
No,
like.
because like a good portion of the video was just like Grubhub. So
yeah.
like it was him just like working a job basically like to make money every day,
Yeah.
which is like very entertaining and cool. But I thought the concept of the video was gonna be like literally just
Just the objects.
yeah.
I don't know. I personally thought it was awesome. Like I'm not saying you didn't,
Yeah.
but like the concept, like when I saw it, I don't know if anybody's done it before. Probably not as successfully as he did it, but like genius. Like because that's always been a fascinating thing. Like the fact that if you doubled $1 every single day for a month, you'd be a millionaire. Like, and it's just so cool to see him do it, and like he's the perfect guy for it. Like he just has such a good like entrepreneurial spirit. But he's also like fun, lighthearted, and like
Yeah.
it was really good, and it was very inspiring to me to just like start a business. Like he just did it so easily, like
Yeah.
just for a video. Like yeah.
And I thought it was sort of cool because like one of the things me and my brother were talking about, like I feel like with businesses, people always, it is true that like social media and websites help with a business,
Yeah.
but he didn't really use any of that. Like he tried with
Yeah,
Shopify,
yeah.
but that didn't work. So
Well-
he just started selling stuff on the street, which I
Yeah.
feel like is cool.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, Shopify would have like been good. It's just his TikTok didn't seem to have enough time to blow up or whatever.
Oh.
So like, I don't blame Shopify. I blame TikTok. No, I mean, not really, but I don't blame Shopify.
Now, did you watch the video I sent you?
Brian Mayhem? No, I didn't. Oh, I watched part of it.
Flash.
Oh, not that one. I watched the music video that's like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
I don't think I sent
You
you that.
definitely sent me that. Unless, I know sometimes text can be weird, but I definitely received that from you.
I don't remember that. I don't. Huh. I mean, I've seen that.
You sent me that at 7:56 a.m. It was good. I liked it.
Okay, maybe the reason I sent you that is because, yeah, that guy I genuinely believe is gonna be like this year or the next few years is gonna like really rise in popularity. Like, look at
I believe
each
you.
one of his music videos
Okay.
and watch one.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, they're all very low views, but they look like good quality. Yeah, his name is Ants Live. He's 27.4 thousand subs on YouTube.
oh yeah, he's
And you
on
think
the way up.
you think he's going to the moon?
Because I first just heard him on Spotify, and I thought his songs were amazing, and then I saw his like videos. They're like also really amazing. Like they're honestly better than like some of these like really big artist music videos.
Yeah. Isn't that exciting? Like, like anybody could like fake their way to the top to like making it. Cause like, you're right. Like, if you can make the quality good enough, like that's all that really matters.
I think in like I'm sure in like London or like England he's probably pretty big.
England is my city.
Okay. But he has 334.4 thousand monthly listeners, which is like 200,000 less than Lil Man J.
Wow.
which is crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, you should watch one of those music videos. Also, the Max Fosh video I was talking about.
Yeah.
You need to watch it.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. You say if Max Fosh never misses. He doesn't hit me very much.
Well, so basically, this video is him on his. He's turning 30, or I guess he did in the video, which is insane. Like, we're literally almost in our 30s. But anyway, he was born in, like, I think, like, St. Thomas's Hospital in London or something.
Okay.
And he's trying to find the person born, like, next to him.
Yeah.
Which is very cool. And so he... Do you want me to explain how he does it, or you're going to watch the video?
You can explain. Unless, if you really want me to watch it, I'll watch it.
I think you should watch it.
Okay. I don't know. I respect Max Fosh and everything he's doing. Like, for some reason, most of the stuff, I just don't, like, even if he has a great idea, something about his videos almost always, like, I just don't like them. But there was one I liked where he had he started a lemonade business, and he was competing against his friend for something cool.
Yeah,
that one was good. But a lot of them are just, I don't know.
Like, which ones have you seen?
Maybe they're too posh for me. Do you know what that means?
Yes, but which ones have you seen, and why do you think that?
Like, I just think I don't vibe with him. Like, nothing wrong with him. Maybe there's something wrong with me, but I just don't really vibe. Like, I watched one where he was like trying to ride a bull or something, or a horse maybe. I just feel like he's a little too cheeky for my liking. Like,
I definitely think he is a little bit. But
yeah.
Like, I don't mind that much.
What was great, the Sidemen match like a year or two ago or whatever, when he did the Uno card, that was golden. And then this last year he did the Shredder, which I thought it was like, on one hand that is super cool, on the other hand maybe you're dragging this out a little too much. But you know, who am I to say? But I don't know. I just don't love his stuff.
Well, you should watch this video, because like maybe you're thinking he's just like, his videos, the concepts in his videos don't live up to like how he's like hyping them up or something.
Maybe, because I think he usually has good
concepts.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is like objectively the thing he does in the video is pretty crazy.
Okay.
Like, it's amazing.
Do you know how old Logan Paul is?
28.
Oh, you're close. He just turned 30 as well, which I thought was just kind of funny. Like,
interesting.
Max Fosh. Max Fosh looks like he could be like younger than me. Like, I mean that in a very nice way.
What else? I watched a few different YouTube videos yesterday. Yeah, I finished the Ryan Trahan one, and I watched Max Fosh. Okay, I guess that's it.
Is that all you did this week?
No.
What else?
Because that was one of the other things you asked me to bring.
I did. Yeah, this dude is on top of his game today. I asked him to be here at 8 a.m. He showed up like 5 minutes early. Like, mad props. Like, I feel kind of bad. In the future, we don't have to do him this early, because like, I'm sure you probably lost some sleep, which is very important, young man.
Man just rolled out of bed, didn't you?
More or less. I took a shower. I rolled into the shower.
Okay, here's the list of 5 things I did this week. I bought a bolt cutter. I watched a good movie called The Penguin Lesson. Played basketball with Brandon. Worked lifeguard shift and applied to REU/jobs.
Nice. Is this like another REU?
Yeah, I've applied to 6 so far.
Wow. How many jobs have you applied to?
Let's see. Whole Foods. I mean, literally did not apply. That was last summer, which, yeah, time is non-existent these days.
Yeah. Starbucks.
Thank you. Costco, Starbucks, Target, Ladera Golf Course.
Oh, cool. I think I know someone who worked there.
Cool. NASCAR.
Whoa. Shoot for the stars.
Yeah, I think that's it.
That's awesome.
And I was working on like an application to this, like I think working at like a Nike store in France.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Didn't finish it though.
Okay.
Because I was just looking at Nike to see if they had any internships, like, because there's like mechanical engineering involved with making shoes and stuff. And a lot of times big companies have internships like that. The only internships they had were like these 2 ones where the description of the internship was all in French. So I had to translate it. And like even then it didn't really directly say what it was.
Huh.
So I just started applying to it. And I'm pretty sure it was just like being a salesperson at a Nike store.
Wow.
And but
That'd be so funny.
I didn't finish it. Like I think it wanted like some stuff I didn't have, like
Like the ability to speak French.
I don't know.
Just kidding. I mean, you got Duolingo, and immersion is what it's all about.
True. And then the RUs I've applied to one in South Korea,
Yeah.
one in North Carolina, one in Virginia, one in Florida, no, 2 in Florida, and then
Houston.
Austin. Yeah, I honestly, out of all those, I'd say South Korea would be the coolest, and then Austin would be the coolest.
Yeah.
Because the other places, like I don't know. I feel like there's not that much, like the University of Virginia and North Carolina, I feel like aren't in like a cool city or anything. But the 2 ones in Florida are both in Miami, so that'd be pretty cool.
That's cool, yeah. Are you gonna play the new GTA when it comes out? That's how they pushed it back to May of 2026.
Wow.
So we will have had a full podcast before GTA 6.
Wow.
That's crazy. What else? You had school and stuff?
Yeah. I bought a bolt cutter.
Oh yeah, what was that for? Because you asked us.
Because my like lock on the car cover that I use was just like, I think someone messed with it or something, because I got back to my car and I was just gonna go home and the key wouldn't work, like it wouldn't even go in.
Weird.
And I actually like broke the key from trying it so much. And so I had a few different options. I called like Pat's to see if they could help. They couldn't help. They said to call UNMPD. I went to the machine shop to see if they had a bolt cutter. They didn't have a bolt cutter. And so, but one of the guys in the shop was like, you could just use a hammer if the lock is small enough and just break it. And so, and I was considering going to UNMPD, but I didn't really want to do that because the past times I've been there, it takes forever to like even talk to someone, and then I don't even know if they would be able to help. They'd probably just make me file a report and not do anything. And so Jack picked me up and we went to Ace Hardware. We found a bolt cutter there for like $36, which was sort of a lot, and it said no returns. So we looked at Walmart. We ended up going to Walmart, getting one for only like $12.
Wow.
Same bolt cutter.
Really? Wow.
For $12,
That's crazy.
and it has returns. So I think I'm just gonna return it.
Nice.
Because I just used it once, and you can't even tell.
That's funny. That's awesome. Yeah, I got that text, and I was like, I asked my mom because I wasn't really sure, but she said no.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks.
Yeah.
What else did I do this week? The Penguin Lesson is an extremely good movie. I watched it at the Guild.
What's it called?
The Penguin Lesson.
Okay.
It's really good.
Okay. What's it about?
I don't want to spoil it. Well, let me think if I'm going to spoil it. Well, it's just about like a guy that adopts a penguin.
Okay, it's kind of like Mr. Popper's Penguin.
That's what I originally thought, but it's better.
I severely doubt that, but okay.
Yeah, it's such a good movie. It like goes from being like the happiest thing to the saddest thing to like sort of in the middle.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I make a short observation?
Sure.
So, last year, everybody's talking about last year. That'll make sense if you watch episode 2 of the podcast. No, episode 3 of the podcast all the way through. Okay, but anyways, last time Amelia was on, she said something. She was referring to the podcast, but she said The Last of Us. I don't know if you've realized, and I didn't realize until she said that the font is nearly identical to The Last of Us. And I just thought that was a kind of funny
That is
thing.
funny. Did she like say that by accident or?
She said it by accident, but we were talking about The Last of Us, so I don't blame her. But speaking of The Last of Us, I have now watched episode 1 of The Last of Us 3 times because it's an awesome episode. It's so cool. Like, I recommend it. It's just really cool. Like, they explain the world, like what's going on, and like it's super cool. And then so much like action and chaos, and I just love the like impending chaos, like, and then it all going down. But each time when I get to the end of the first episode, I just became uninterested because it just gets so boring. It goes from all this chaos to like 20 years later, and then it's like, oh, it's gonna get all like political, no more zombies and whatever. But yesterday, I finally pushed through, and it's actually a really good show. I was like drawing while I was watching it, so I wasn't paying the most attention, but it was like so good. Like, but it just reminded me how you're saying, like with the emotions, like it impressed me. Like it is very emotional, like very high highs and low lows. Like even though my eyes weren't even on the screen, like it's a good show.
Okay.
I'd recommend it.
And that's based on a video game?
Yeah.
And it's about zombies?
Yeah. Pedro M.F. Pascal.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if you saw this. Isn't that crazy? I totally forgot about this until I found it when I was cleaning out my room at my mom's house.
Senior year?
Yeah, senior year pardons or paper plate awards or whatever. Best podcast voice. And I had no clue that we'd be doing a podcast at all. And when I saw this, I was like, yo, I got to put this up. Like, that's crazy.
That's cool.
And it kind of gave me more confidence. I was like, yo, wait. Like, I'm already qualified. I didn't even realize this whole time.
Yeah, true.
Oh, yeah, and then also, if you look to your right, you'll see some money. You see that? Those bills?
Mm-hmm.
So while it is a complete flex, at the same time, I mainly put it up just to prove a point because, so when we graduated from high school, Alyssa's mom made that for me. And like, first of all, that's such like a kind gift. Like, I mean, for one, it's like money. Like, what else is better than money? And second, like, I imagine that took quite a while.
Bills.
And like, I thought that was just super cool. It's like art mixed with fashion, mixed with money.
Wait, are those $10 bills?
I don't think so, but I haven't.
I think they are.
No way.
Oh wait, maybe not.
Yeah, I was like, that'd be wild.
Okay.
I'd suddenly feel so bad. Like,
Okay,
I wasn't
yeah,
more grateful.
Looks like most of them are $1 bills.
But isn't that so cool? Like, there's like butterflies. One part was made into like a crown, and then part of it was like you know those cords you get when you graduate. It was supposed to be kind of like that.
Yeah.
But so yeah, it's up. You know, just to put on display because it is so cool. But also, I had to clear my conscience a little because, or just prove a point. Because like a week after or something, like when we were having all those grad parties, I don't know if it was mine or what, but Alyssa's mom was there and my sister Amelia was there, and there was just one interaction where like I think Alyssa's mom said like oh, he's probably already like ripped it apart like for the money or something, and Amelia was like oh, he definitely has, or I can't remember, but it was something along those lines, and in my head I was like like come on. but I just kind of like laughed and I was like or something. So this is me telling the whole world I didn't take it apart.
Wow.
But I will very soon because I am financially screwed. Is there anything else you did this week that you wanted to talk about? Or
I don't think so.
fair enough.
What did you do this week?
What did I do?
Oh, I guess there's one thing. I had
Yeah.
a presentation for my honors class
Oh,
at the bomb symposium on UNM campus, whatever that even means. But we just presented our final project, and now we just have a few classes next week, and then it's done.
nice. Yeah. When do finals start?
I think the week after next week.
Cool. So, will finals be done by the 16th of May or so?
Yeah.
Sick. You excited?
For them to be done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What's the first thing you're doing in the summer when school gets out?
Well, I don't know.
You should do something super cool. You should burn all your books. Jump into a pool.
True. Let's
Light
see.
yourself on fire. Not really. That sounds dangerous.
Yeah, I don't know. If you guys want to get, I said this last summer, I think, but if any of you guys want to get a sports and wellness membership for maybe just a month or for the summer, we
That'd
could
be
go
cool.
swimming every day if we wanted to.
Yeah.
Just soak up the true summer vibes.
I would consider that.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that much just for 1 month. It probably would be horrible.
Yeah, like $300.
I mean, it's just
That's
the
not bad.
same as I'm sure there's, I don't know, you have to talk to see how much it is, but it's not terrible.
Yeah, no.
It's bad if you're paying for it every month for 3 years or something.
I could finance my car, and I could finally rip apart all these bills and.
Yeah, and it might become something you really look forward to every day. Going to lift some weights, go to the pool, play some basketball. We
True.
could all just literally play basketball every day, and we could have.
Oh.
I'm sure Jack would want to, but if you and Sean want to, we could be a goated 3-on-3 team.
Yeah. Okay. Of course, this sounds fun, but the thing that would push me over the edge is if we made, and you probably wouldn't like this because it kind of takes away from the fun and stuff, but if we made some sort of content out of it, because my brain immediately goes there because it's what if we could be making money while doing this? And I feel we totally could, and it could be something where we're not too involved, but it's still entertaining.
You could also get a job there. That gives you a free membership.
Oh,
So you're making money and getting a free membership.
sure.
But I mean, also the crazy thing with money and being sort of in the spot where we're at right now, where we don't have to pay for every single one of our expenses, is $80. You could probably make that just today if you wanted to. Just there's so many ways you can make $80 today.
True. That's true.
Yeah, you could just do a few deliveries on Grubhub today. That's a whole month of swimming with the fellas.
Yeah, honestly,
isn't that crazy?
No, you're right. If we $80 is completely doable, a handful of hours, DoorDash.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is, and actually that's something that I was thinking about, because last night I watched, I don't remember all the boxers' names, but I watched Ryan Garcia, Rolly Romero, Devin Haney, some other people box in the middle of Times Square last night. I was here. They were in Times Square. Wow. And Ryan Garcia is 26 years old. He was in the spotlight as early as 18 or 19 or something. And something about that was so inspiring to me. Andre, you're 21, I'm 21. We both, or I'll speak for myself, I'm very privileged. I truly think that I could pursue deep sea fishing or boxing or computer engineering, mechanical engineering. No, I don't know. I might be completely delusional at the same time, but I feel I have the ability to do whatever, and I don't know. It's kind of exciting that if I just kind of dropped everything, again, I'm not even holding that much, but if I could just drop everything and take a deep breath and just choose something and just make it really good and go ham in it. Yeah, I don't know, but the boxing last night just made me think about that, and I feel what you're saying now is along the same lines. I just feel like we are very like free, like, and be like just picking something and being consistent with it. I think pretty much no matter what it is will probably yield something awesome. So I don't know, it's just exciting to me. And like we are pretty gosh darn young.
Yeah.
So like even this podcast, if we kept doing this for 10 years, like genuinely, no matter how bad it is, no matter how much nonsense I spew, no matter how repetitive everything I say is, like we'd probably find some sort of success. He doesn't buy it. And it'd be like,
10 years in the future, we're getting 5 views for
yeah. Yeah, no, and it is extremely possible, but of course it would require like constant pivoting and probably not continuing to wait a whole year for any feedback.
Yeah, or
But maybe not.
I think to grow a podcast, you probably just need like to promote it. And
I don't
like,
agree.
We haven't done that at all.
I think you're right. That's like probably the best way to do it, but I think it's definitely not necessary.
So you think you just post a podcast and people will watch it and then like subscribe
For the
watch
most,
like every single one after that?
for the most part, no. Like, but the thing is, like it's not always about having like a massive audience. Like sometimes it's about having a smaller audience that like really like likes your stuff for whatever reason. Like, you know, because that's a more valuable audience. And then like advertisers know exactly who your audience is, so they're willing to pay more to get their product like promoted by you, like that type of stuff. And also, I just think it's cool to like just have a more like intimate audience sometimes, even though we have no idea who they are. And again, like I'm not expecting to get any like views, like.
Okay.
But I don't think it's like necessary to promote it. True. But it is smart.
Yeah. Do you have any goals for this summer?
I want to run a half marathon under 2 hours. How about you?
No. I think dunking is still my goal. I think this past week I haven't really done any jumping exercises. It's a little setback, but it's still like pretty much the only thing on my list.
Cool.
I mean, there's other things I want to do, like make money.
Yeah, me too. I'm not gonna lie. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
How about by the end of the summer? I've already screwed myself. Like it's gonna be embarrassing, man. Because on episode 2, I think I said some like wild financial goals. It's coming up a little fast, and my mindset has totally shifted. Like because obviously I want to make money, but I was so like fueled by like stress, which was not working for me. And I feel like in the last like month and a half, I was able to just kind of like let go because I am privileged. Like I feel like even if I'm making no money, like I'm not paying to live in this house. Like I have people who I depend on, which is I don't like it. Like ideally, I'd be able to like carry myself plus others. Like, but I don't know. Basically, I'm stressing less now. Therefore, I really might not hit these crazy money goals that I set. But I'm gonna set another because screw my future self. Just kidding. Love you, future me. But I just think this will be like a fun thing, and if I don't get it, whatever. By the end of the summer, I want to make $10,001, and I want to be holding. I want to hold at least $1,000 on this podcast right here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna be holding a band.
Yeah, full band.
In cash. It'll probably be $1 bills because it'll look really big.
My goal for the summer is to make 20,000 yen. Now I gotta see how much that is.
That'd be so cool.
It's like $5.
Yeah. Wait, did I say $10,000?
Okay, it's only $138, so I think that's definitely doable.
It is. Now the real question: can you get physically 20,000 yen on this show?
Probably.
I say that's what we do.
All right, how much is 500? All right. This summer, I would like to make 500,000 yen. It's $3,473.
That's awesome. Isn't it like that's kind of fun and exciting to me that summer hasn't even started and we're on a podcast, and once summer's over we're gonna be on the podcast, and then we could be like, yo, like how did the summer go? Like
That's true.
bro, it's not
A little
looking
depressing, but true.
Wait, you should explain that to me. Like, why is that depressing?
Because like I feel like just record or chronicling like everything and like time passing is just depressing.
All right, that's fair. I feel extremely sorry. like genuinely, I hope you know you can like walk at any point, and like I would take no offense, because I don't want to be like destroying your mental health on a weekly basis.
I mean, it's not like maybe not depressing, but a little bit I don't know.
Because I know you said this on episode 1. I don't know if you ever said this again, but you said something really similar, like just about it being depressing.
Well, basically, like, because when time passes, it's sort of abstract in your mind, but this is like giving it like
and it's
real
funny,
form.
because to me that comforts me, and that's one of the things that's been my favorite about this podcast. It feels like it's like grounded me in a really cool way, because I feel like I do get so like time feels so weird to me a lot of the time, but with this I feel so grounded. It's like I know it's been a week. Like I love it. I don't know. It makes me feel good.
Because like time passing is sort of a stressful thing.
And so normally, do you not feel time passing, or what?
I'm not as focused on it as like, yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. For me, it's like, I feel like this guarantees that 3 months won't just like fly by, because I check in like every single week, I guess.
Interesting.
Yeah. And yeah.
Yeah, I sort of thought like I could do certain things to like make time seem slower, but I don't even know if I can.
I'd guarantee it. Have you tried everything I told you? Like discomfort, physically, mentally, switch up your routine, try new things, get yourself just out of your comfort zone in general, do a plank, do one extra push-up every single day and record yourself and make a video of it and post it every single day. Like something like that. And I'm not saying it's worth it. Like sometimes the amount of stress does slow down time, but maybe it's not worth it. So I feel like you got to find a balance.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I'm positive things can change your perception of time. Like if you did a plank for the rest of this podcast, like I can guarantee you it's going to feel slow.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, I'll just spitball some stuff I did this week. Okay, so I went on walks, I went on runs, about 50 miles in total. I had game night with the fam squad, telestrations and tostadas. My mom and I reached out to the guy that rents out this house to talk about his Amazon gig. I told you and Sean a little bit about this. Hopefully I can make some money in that department. So we reached out to him. Unfortunately, he has a wedding this weekend, so hopefully early next week I'll be able to talk to the man and see what he does and try to do it myself. I started cleaning out my room at the other house because my mom is moving to New York. You and I helped Tyler film. Should we go into that?
Sure.
I think we should. So this man graciously joined me and Tyler to film for Tyler's, I don't know if it was his final or something for his class. And he had me acting in it, and he asked you to bring your drone. I don't know. Do you want to explain?
Basically, Tyler asked me to do some like Mission Impossible type maneuvers with my drone, which I probably should have refused if I was being smart, but no, I am a dumb person. That is well established.
What are you talking about?
And so with the like 23 mile per hour winds, opted to fly my drone mere feet above the Rio Grande, between two concrete pillars, trying to do a 360 rotation around to Benger through these pillars, and then go at max speed, like under these pillars that were only like 5 feet tall. And I ended up hitting one of the pillars, and my drone fell into the Rio Grande. My $500 prized possession.
Now, may I say something?
Yes.
This dude handled it like an absolute G.
No.
Yes, bruh. I swear that I respect so much the way you handled it. Like that was a sucky thing that happened, and almost immediately, for one, you were saying like it's all right, guys. Like this is just a thing. Like it's not like it's somebody's life. Like and like you brought up perspective, and like I know it affected me and Tyler. Like we were both like, wow, like we just were impressed that you had that sort of reaction and that sort of like, you know, just like wherewithal to be like, hey, like it's all right. It's just a thing at the end of the day. And you were very kind about it. And then like this dude somehow, like even after having the greatest reaction possible, texted us to apologize for how you reacted, and I'm like, my guy, you're all good. Like,
No.
I gotta commend you. Like,
Thanks.
yeah,
I don't think my reaction was good at all, though. I think, I think what I was saying about like it being just a thing was sort of just like me trying to like
gaslight yourself.
Yeah, a little bit, honestly. Like, it is just a thing. Like, that was like my mind's response to try and like make it feel better in my own mind and like make you guys feel better.
Yeah.
And it is true. But yeah, I think the best way to have handled it would, like, I think I got too mad. But I don't know. I think it's like a little natural for that to happen. But
Definitely.
so yeah, my drone is toast, most likely. My parents, when I got home, like, I was like, I almost didn't really want to even try and like worry about it. Like, I thought it was just done.
Yeah.
But my mom like was nice, and she like used a ton of rice and put it like completely surrounded it in rice. And I did like test it afterwards after like a day and a half to see if it would turn on. It did turn on.
Okay.
So, and then I'm gonna try flying it to see if it works. I had to get there's like a bunch of sand and stuff in the like motors, and so I had to like get that out, and I did. So
Good.
if it works, that would be insane.
That would be.
Yeah. But I guess I learned my lesson. Like, I was just confident I could do it. Like, it was one of those things where it's like, you sometimes feel like, oh, something like that's not gonna like happen. Like, sometimes I feel like that, like when I'm driving, which is a little scary. Like, I'm like, I'm fully in control of this vehicle. Like, I feel confident in my abilities, which is good.
Yeah.
And like, I never look at my phone, which is probably one of the best things I can do.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I feel but like I also feel pretty much like I didn't really think there was any possibility I knew there was a slight possibility, but in my mind I just dismissed it. I was like, no, I can control this drone. Like, something like that's not going to happen, but it did.
Yeah. And I'd like to take this moment to apologize for a few things. First of all, I'd like to apologize like for like, even though I didn't technically like say anything, like I pretty much did, because before it happened, I thought in my head I thought he was being like overly cautious, and so I think I can't remember, I said something like oh, if like if I could speak my true mind right now, like you would not like it or something, but I won't because I want to be respectful or something, but just saying that even is slightly disrespectful or like brings up the fact. I don't know. But I apologize for like boosting your confidence if
It's
I did.
okay.
And also, I want to apologize because the last time that I had you do like research for this show, the whole messy situation, it got messy. And I'm sorry, I just like didn't really listen to you
It's
and
okay.
Screwed the pooch. So
I think like one of the things like with this podcast, I mean, yeah, with the historical stuff, I was like, when I was watching the documentary, I was like, should I write down stuff so I can like reference it? But I thought it would just be more natural and like easier to listen to if it was just like just my memory.
Yeah, and it was. And I felt like today when I was reading it, I was like, yeah, this doesn't feel very natural. Like, I don't know if you were able to understand like what I said pretty much, or...
Yeah, I could.
Cool.
One of the things that sort of inspired me about researching stuff and like having like knowledge and stuff like that is Chris from the Mr. Beast channel. I know Chris is no longer with the channel.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's happening with that
Same.
anymore. I was gonna like look into that. But back when I used to watch like the Mr. Beast React videos, like Chris would always have like Chris just knew like a lot of information.
That's
and
cool.
like I think Mr. Beast even said that in one of the videos that like Chris was like his most knowledgeable friend.
That's awesome.
And so I think that's cool just to like Chris must have done like lots of research and stuff. So I think it's cool just to educate yourself just for the fun of it.
Yeah, my grandma is super like, well, she was a teacher and she just knows so much history. I think you'd enjoy talking to her a lot. Like, she's very knowledgeable about a lot of things, and she's been like traveling the world for a long time, and it's so cool because everywhere she goes, she like knows all the history and stuff, and so I feel like she gets the most out of all those experiences.
That's very cool.
Yeah. Also, I don't know. I feel like when I was talking about the money, like I don't know if that came off like weird or anything. Like above all else, thank you, Deanna, if you're watching this. Very thoughtful gift, and I appreciate it. And it will go into my wallet someday, perhaps soon. Okay, so this week, oh yeah, so I also designed the Mother's Day pin. I don't know if that's gonna make any sense. I guess I could. I don't know. It might not make sense. And yeah, I did some drawing, which was fun. And like, so basically, when I was like a kid, like I'll toot my own horn. I think I was a pretty good artist. I was pretty good at drawing. But over the years, are you good?
Yeah.
What happened?
I like put my finger, you feel that thing?
Yeah.
It's like a hole you can put your finger in.
Yeah.
I did that, and then I just rotated my hand like really far. Because I think I thought I was gonna pull it out as I did that, but I like twisted my finger really bad.
Yeah, you good?
Yeah.
Okay. There was a podcast where you were bleeding. Do you remember that?
Was that Sean's house?
Yeah, Loki gored you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, I kind of hadn't been drawing for like many years. Like probably the last like 10 years I've barely been drawing, and so I feel like my skills have gone way down. And I honestly became kind of like self-conscious, like just I lost my confidence when it comes to drawing. But just a few days ago when I started drawing again, like low-key my confidence and my ability has like gone way back up, which is cool. I think it's good because I started with like flowers and leaves and stuff, so it's kind of organic shapes where if you like mess up a little, like nobody's gonna notice. Like it still looks like a plant, you know. So yeah, but that's been fun. I got some bread, and yeah, I guess I kind of already talked about the whole boxing thing. But yeah, like, cause financially, I'd say like a big stressor for me has been like financial stuff in the last handful of years, because as soon as I got out of high school, I was like, I had the craziest like crisis, like maybe midlife crisis. I don't know what to call it, but like I was like, what is life? First of all, what is this? What am I supposed to do? Am I gonna go to college? Am I gonna pursue this thing? I'm gonna do this. Like I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, financially, I was kind of like stressing, and I'd say for the last however many years I have been, and I don't know why it took me so long to realize, like I think I'm gonna be okay, like financially. I think I'm pretty like privileged, and like that is like a very privileged and like thing to say. And I would love to be able to support other people, like I was saying. But I feel like I can like calm down, like and yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That feels good to not be stressing so much.
That's good.
Yeah. Oh, and then earlier this week, like my mom was telling me about some kids that, like at her school, it sounds like that struggle with anxiety and stuff, and I don't know. I just felt so bad. Like it sucks that like kids have that type of struggle. Like I just feel so bad for them. Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
it's kind of like crazy to like be that young and to have
Like how young?
like I don't know, anywhere from like kindergarten to like even third grade or something. Like and like because I know you and I kind of talked about this type of thing, and I think you said it wasn't until like halfway through middle school that you felt more stuff was activating in your brain or something.
Yeah, that's true. Like that is sad because like for me, like I think the entire elementary there was just like bliss.
Me too. Same thing. More or less. Like and the not bliss stuff was not bad. It was like, I mean, who am I to say like maybe it was terrible, but it wasn't like anxiety type. Well, I don't know, in a way, I guess, but it wasn't. I don't know. But it was pretty chill.
Yeah, very like oof. If I can go back.
And maybe you will.
Maybe.
I'm taking you back to elementary school on the next episode of last year. Actually, it's crazy because I feel like this podcast has been very like okay, we're gonna do it today, but we're gonna do it this time, now, like when are you free? When am I free? Like like it feels like very unfirm. But then just a few weeks ago, I decided I'm gonna start taking it like more serious, partially for myself, but also I just feel like it's good for the podcast. But yeah, that way I'm not stressing and like I know when it's gonna be and I know how to prepare and if I should prepare with you in mind or with Amelia in mind or if I need somebody else, like because it's hard when it gets to like the last minute and I'm like, what am I doing?
Well, at the beginning, it was pretty like, wasn't it like always like 3 p.m. or something on Sunday or something like that?
I don't think exactly. We tried to do something like that, but it was not really. I think it was even off the bat a little bit like, but maybe I'm wrong. I do have a terrible memory.
And do you like just like making a time and day? Like, but because like, do you want to just pick a time and day for every weekend? Like,
Yeah, I would do
like
that.
just it will be the same for every weekend.
Yeah, I would love that.
Because that's what we started out by doing, right?
Well, we started out trying, but I don't think we really did that.
Pretty sure we did for like 4 or 5 episodes.
Okay. Well, okay. The first episode, I feel like we started at like a fairly random time. Second one, it was just me. Third one, it was me and Amelia. Fourth one, it was you and me that might have been at Sean's house. So that was like probably a kind of weird time. I don't think we were very consistent with the times. I feel like I could pull up so many receipts right now of like it's every single different time. Like maybe I will because I'm that petty. Like Tom Petty. The unjust death of Tom Petty.
What would you, so like the main reason you would want a very
Rest in
consistent,
peace, Tom Petty. I apologize. Sorry.
the main reason you would want like a very consistent time or like extreme structure or whatever is so you can prepare better or like...
Yeah, so I can prepare better, and so it's just prepare the podcast better and just prepare what I'm doing in my weekend better because that way there's not a day where I like am just like people want to do make plans or something and I'm like I don't know, like I think I'm gonna do the podcast, and so it's like and also just for my like sanity, like
Okay.
it's kind of nice. But anyways, so yeah, I feel like we had for a very long time. To me, it's felt like very like wobbly, and then right when I decided to take it serious and like and it goes back to that commitment. Like I want to like commit myself more to this because I have been kind of like half-assing it, and I know I've even said it's not like something it's not like my baby, so I don't care that much, but I'm doing it, so I might as well put myself more into it. So as soon as I did that, first of all, yeah, you and I, was it last week? Did we also agree on a time? No. I think yeah. Well, 2 weeks ago was when it was super late, and I think that was like, all right, I've had enough. I'm doing something about this. I know it wasn't your fault. I literally gave you permission to be late. I told you should, basically. Is there something you'd like to say?
No.
Okay. So, and then me and Amelia, we had a really nice podcast last time because I got her, after you said that you might not make it for the last podcast, me and Amelia firmed it up nice and early. We were able to prepare, and therefore it felt like it flowed pretty well, because we just knew what time, we knew more or less what we were going to talk about, because we had the time to prepare, because we had it locked down. And then, so yeah, this week you and I locked this one down, and then literally the next day, so in advance, Amelia called me because she wanted to come back onto the podcast, which was such an honor. So she's going to be on next weekend.
Nice.
And so we already agreed on the day, and and so far in advance. So it felt like overnight the podcast went from kind of wobbly hour to hour to suddenly boom, 2 weeks in advance, got it locked down. This is awesome.
Nice.
And so I was thinking maybe after the next one with Amelia, if you want, and I haven't talked to her about this, but we could just do the three of us each time or something, because I feel like she's gotten very invested in this.
That's good.
It's funny. She said I think something about the last episode made her think that more people are actually going to watch this. I think up until now she, just like us, didn't think anybody would watch, but for some reason she thinks there's going to be an audience. So
wow. Okay.
I think it excites her.
All right. Good.
Yeah. All right. Sorry, I'm just yapping. Oh yeah, and then at the beginning of this podcast, I very weirdly said that we're gonna be talking about history, but I said it in a weird voice, and I don't know if anybody even heard what I said. And then we waited 20 minutes to talk about history, but then I also said we're gonna talk about role models, because that was the second topic we were kind of interested in. I don't know if you have anything you want to say about it. I don't know much, honestly.
Okay. Well, I don't think that was one of the things you asked me on the text, but.
Well. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, all I'll say is I have a lot of role models.
Okay. Yeah, there's stuff I could say. I didn't prepare anything about it. Is there anything else you want to say?
Please.
Oh.
Take the floor.
That's about this. All I want to say.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for watching. Here's another video with Amelia and me in the thumbnail. If you want to watch it, you're welcome to.